What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. I hope we're all doing absolutely fine, and today, as usual, we're going to continue with the fourth book of the Discourses by Epictetus. And today I will continue with reading to you the chapter 1 and its seventh part. So, let's get started. Come now and let us review the conclusions we have agreed to. He is free, whom none can hinder, the man who can deal with things as he wishes. But the man who can be hindered, or compelled, or fettered, or driven into anything against his will is a slave. And who is he whom none can hinder? The man who fixes his aim on nothing that is not his own. And what does not his own mean? All that it does not lie in our power to have or not to have, or to have of a particular quality or under particular conditions. The body, then, does not belong to us. Its parts do not belong to us. Our property does not belong to us. If then you set your heart on one of these, as though it were your own, you will pay the penalty deserved by him who desires what does not belong to him. The road that leads to freedom, the only release from slavery is this, to be able to say with your whole soul, lead me, O Zeus, and lead me, destiny, whither ordained is by your decree. Cleanthes. But what say you, my philosopher? Suppose a tyrant call on you to say something unworthy of you. Do you assent or refuse? Tell me. Let me think it over. You will think it over now, will you? And what, pray, did you think over when you were at the lecture? Did you not study what things are good, and what are evil, and what are neither? Yes, I did. What conclusion did you approve then? That things right and noble were good, things wrong and shameful bad. Is life a good thing? No. Is death evil? No. Is prison? No. And what did you think of ignoble and faithless speech, and treachery to a friend, and flattery of a tyrant? We thought them evil. Why do you ask the question now, then? You should have asked it and made up your mind long ago. It is nonsense to question now whether, when I can win the greatest goods, it is fitting for me not to win the greatest evils. A fine and necessary question, forsooth, needing a deal of thought. Man, why do you mock us? That is not the sort of thing that men question. If you really imagined shameful acts to be bad and noble acts good, and all else to be indifferent, you would not have proceeded to raise this question. Not at all. You would at once have been able to decide the question by intuition, as an act of sight. When do you question whether black things are white, or heavy things light, instead of following the obvious conclusions of your senses? Why then do you talk now of considering whether things indifferent are more to be shunned than things evil? These are not your judgments. Prison and death do not seem to you indifferent, but the greatest evils. Nor do base words and acts seem evil. They seem not to matter for us. This is the habit to which you have trained yourself from the first. Where am I? In the lecture room. And who are listening to me? I'm talking to philosophers, but now I have left the lecture room. Away with those sayings of pedants and fools. That is how a philosopher gives witness against a friend. That is how a philosopher turns parricide. That is how he hires himself out at a price and speaks against his real opinion in the Senate, while in his heart his judgment cries aloud, not a flat and miserable apology for an opinion, hanging to idle discussions, as by a hair thread, but a judgment strong and serviceable, trained by actions which is the true initiation. Watch yourself and see how you take the news. I do not say that your child is dead. How should that befall you? But that your oil is spilled, or your wine drunk up. Well, may one who stands by as your temper rises high say just this to you, philosopher, you use different language in the lecture room. Why do you deceive us? Deceive us? Why, whom that you are, do you call yourself a man? I would fain stand by one of these men when he is indulging his lust, that I might see how eager he is, and what words he utters, and whether he remembers his own name, or the discourses which he hears, or delivers, or reads. Alright, guys, we're done with this part, with the seventh part, and as usual, we're going to continue tomorrow with this long, long chapter. Alright, thank you, see you, and bye.